Welcome to the GamerNerdz Now Loading Podcast, our uncensored, unedited, pretty much on everything podcast. So we're going to talk about what our impressions of what we think we'll be seeing at the E3 conferences for Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So we're going to just start quickly with Microsoft. What do you predict?
So, I'm super hyped. It's E3. It's my favorite time of the year. Microsoft, there's been a lot of stuff unveiled in the past couple of days, actually, leading up to E3, but Microsoft has made it very clear there's supposed to be no mention of the next Xbox, which kind of sucks. You're going to see a lot of focus on Kinect, unfortunately, and you can't blame them. It's making a lot of money, but we're going to see Halo 4. We might see this brand new Gears of War game called Judgment, which is going to be a squad-based tactical shooter with classes, like different from the third-person action games you currently get, focused around Baird and some new characters, kind of cool. You're gonna see reveals, Resident Evil, Dead Space 3, Resident Evil 6, sorry. So I know they have a lot of cool stuff lined up. Probably first gameplay footage of Black Ops 2, like they usually do. But I think a strong focus on Kinect.
I'm really excited about Halo 4. We've heard a lot from 343 Studios that there will be a new enemy in this game, and there've been no revelation on it just yet. I'm sure it's gonna happen at E3. I'm excited because I don't want this game to follow the Covenant again. I don't. They're in the game.
There's a new. I know there's gonna be like, it's still around Master Chief, but there's gonna be another lead character that's focused around, and I mean, Microsoft obviously is gonna be following 343 to make sure it's a good game.
Yeah, and the very fact that we'll be introduced to the new Spartans, because this does take place a few years after Halo 3. That sounds exciting. Gears of War Judgment. Now, listen, I love Gears of War, but the last time a game, one of my favorite games, forayed into a different world, and that was Halo Wars. I was extremely disappointed.
Was it a bad game?
It wasn't bad, but it didn't do anything for me. So I don't know about Gears of War's Judgment, but we'll see. Maybe good, maybe not. We'll see at E3, right? If they
well,
show
it's
things.
the same guys that made Bulletstorm, and again, it's Microsoft's like baby. So, I mean, it's cool. I mean, Gears of War 3 only came out a few months ago, so yeah. Hopefully it's not anytime soon. They don't pull a Call of Duty thing every like 8-7 months you get a new game, but we might see it, we might not. But I think Microsoft, some cool first-party titles.
Yep.
Lots of focus on Kinect, unfortunately, but what are you gonna do?
So let's just jump into Sony really quickly here. Not quickly, but I'm not biased, guys. So yeah, but I think with Sony, we're gonna see hopefully, more titles coming out for the PS Vita. It came out, it was an impressive hardware system, but the only big game really was Uncharted, Golden Abyss. Everything after that, beyond that, was just meh. And we heard of Assassin's Creed Liberation is going to be coming out. Hopefully they'll showcase that because that should be impressive, and it's kind of announced at the same time as Assassin's Creed 3, so there should be a lot of hype around that. So if they were smart, they would focus on that. But beyond that, The Last of Us is a game I'm actually really looking forward to.
Oh man, that anything Naughty Dog makes, lately has been great, and it looks very similar to, the setting, the jungle. It's like an urban jungle, but very similar to Uncharted. And they do cinematic gaming really well, so I expect a lot of stuff around that. Exclusive demo, obviously. We should see God of War Ascension.
Yeah, for sure.
So kind of the leading up to before Kratos was an asshole, and maybe we'll get to kill his family, because I'm sure they're gonna force us to do that. I think they need to put a lot of stuff into the Vita. It's not selling well. There was a temporary price cut introduced in France for a few months this week alone, so I know they're feeling the pressure. I don't think you're going to see anything about Move. I think they've abandoned that platform altogether.
I think they better abandon that platform.
And we should see a lot of this, PlayStation, Smash Brothers.
PlayStation All-Stars?
Which, after watching the videos, looks really, really similar to Smash Brothers.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of fun because Super Smash Bros. Was fun, so there's no reason why this will not be fun. But I don't really feel like this really is something that needs to exist. I'm skeptical.
But come on, you don't want to take Nathan Drake and headshot like Sackboy or something?
Skeptical completely. Speaking of Sackboy, I know there will be a Little Big Planet for the Vita. that
I don't know, man.
I'm looking forward to.
Little Big Planet, you know, was like amazing when they unveiled it. It was super hype, and I played it, and I was just like, I never put enough time to make the levels on, like to actually use the creative tools, which is my fault. So it does nothing for me. I didn't play the second one, and the Vita one, if it can maintain, you know, the same level of quality as the console titles, it'll be great. But I'm just not excited for it.
I think it's gonna be awesome. I hope we see a lot of it. I'm really excited, like I said, about The Last of Us because it's an original IP.
Yep.
And
we need a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm excited about Sony, more so Microsoft.
I hope. I mean, again, they've also said that they're not gonna show anything of the next generation. I think they should. Hopefully, some sort of glimpse, like. I don't know if you've been seeing, but there's been a lot of previews of what Unreal Engine 4 is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I read actually they showed a teaser of the engine demo on G4 TV, which is really strange. I've never seen a teaser for a game engine, but I mean, Unreal Engine 3 was on basically every game, major game, so I'm sure it's going to be supported heavily in the next console. So if it's a preview of what's going to look like, I mean, I want to see. I'm really hyped for Wii U. Whatever the next Xbox is called, or PS4, I mean, I want some previews. So hopefully some sort of, you know, idea of what PS4 will look like.
Well, speaking of the Wii U, let's jump into the Nintendo conference. I wish I could say I was excited about this.
I'm so excited.
Like, yeah, the Wii U is coming out, or whatever we're going to call it in the end. Hopefully not the Wii U. Cause
it's official.
Are you serious?
Yep, official name.
Wow. Anyway, so the Wii U, for sure they're going to showcase it. Last E3, all we really saw was the hardware, and everyone was kind of confused. Was it a controller? Was it attachable for the current Wii? No one knew. Now, you know, it's going to be a new, I guess, a new console. I hope they show something to make me go, ooh, interesting, because...
No, I mean, come on. Now, it's what they're saying is that it's the official unveiling. I agree with you. When I first saw it last year at E3, they did a very, very poor job of explaining, like, is it a new system? And yeah, you know, the controller seems kind of weird, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. And this is going to be the games. I maybe launch date and price, but they're going to show now, you know, finally can, like, you know, I can praise the Lord, like Nintendo games in HD. They're going to show Pikmin 3, which I'm super excited for. I love the first two Pikmin. The rumored Metroid Star Fox mashup, which apparently is false now, but might be showing. You're gonna see Mario, you know, obviously, again, major Nintendo first party titles always there, and it's always the case. They need a lot of work with the third party showing, so you'll see the Wii U versions of Xbox 360 titles and PS3 titles. Yeah. And apparently I mean, I don't know. I still can't. I've read a lot of rumors, and no one's actually pinpointed if it's better, stronger than the current systems. It's supposed to be. Some people are saying otherwise, so I want to see the visual fidelity. But I mean, regardless, even if it's, you know, mediocre, I love it when new hardware comes out. Like, I'm excited. I want to, you know, I haven't been playing my Wii much. Like, we've been trying to review Zelda Skyward Sword.
Someday,
you know, and we played through it. We just never got around to it. So the Wii's not. I mean, in my case, has died pretty much in my house. But Wii U, I love new hardware. I want to see this controller, what it can do. And you're gonna see a lot of stuff for 3DS. Like, so. Me and Voyce, when the GamerNerdz was on downtime, there's a lot of good games that came out. Specifically Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which we both love. So they unveiled the sequel to that, which is super hype, but they also showcased there's going to be a 3DS title in the same line. So 3DS has a big showing. It's doing really good now, you know, contrary to what you say, Voyce.
Well, the 3DS will... Well, speaking of the Lord of Shadow, sorry, the Castlevania game on the... What's it called? Mirrors something?
Mirror Fate. They do some really crazy names.
It's a weird name. But, you know, you will be following the Belmont family, which is kind of cool. And seeing how Castlevania... Well, the Lord of Shadows was kind of a reboot, and it steps away from the other games. I'm interested to see now how the Belmont family plays into this. So yeah,
we don't know if it's gonna be 2D, if it's gonna be a 3D fighter, like
exactly. And you know what? Actually, I'm kind of excited about. I'm not really at the same time. And I saw this yesterday, and that's Kingdom Hearts 3DD, which is gonna come up for the Nintendo 3DS.
No. Kingdom Hearts, it's no. 3DD. Dream drop distance, because 3DD is the Prana.
Yeah, that's Prana.
No, he means Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts
D3, D cube,
3D. Yeah. Anyway, what did I actually say that? Anyway, that looks pretty good because you'll be playing as Sora and Riku. But you know what? I'm just going a little off topic here, but come on, Square Enix, enough with these side games. Can we have a Kingdom Hearts 3? I'm just saying.
Well, but this is part of the major story, though, right?
It is, but they're all like these side games, like the ones you had on the PSP and in the Nintendo.
Yeah,
DS.
I never really followed Kingdom Hearts.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were epic, and they're on the PlayStation 2. And I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out on the PS3, and the console's almost on its way out. And
you know what? Speaking of games that are not showing, I've heard rumors that Valve will finally show Half-Life 3. It's been like a million years. So hope we see them. I'm very sad to announce that we're still not going to see Last Guardian. So if you were following the GamerNerdz since the beginning, when we did our most hyped games for 2010, Last Guardian was there. I'm really worried because the guy who made it left Sony. I think he's acted as a consultant. Like, I don't know what's happening with that. It might get pushed to the next console, but where the hell is it? I want to see Half-Life. I want to see Last Guardian. E3 is just starting, man. We've been super excited, super hyped. We're gonna do another episode in just a little bit about some of the major game unveilings we've seen. But expect to see a lot from the GamerNerdz every day this coming week during E3. We're gonna have our conference reports the day of the conference, so check us out. Follow us on TheGamerNerdz.com. This is Dinx. I'm out.
Follow us on Twitter as well, @TheGamerNerdz. I'm Voyce, and I'm out too.
Peace.